Lovelies, Lauren here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all well. As we are coming closer and closer to the colder, wintry months, I thought I'd create a nice little cozy flow for you. Perfect to do maybe at bedtime, literally at the very end of your day, right before you're about to hop into bed, just to kind of shake off any stresses, any worries that we may have carried with us throughout the day, so that we can then have that blissful, beautiful sleep that we all deserve and we all need as well. So, for this practice, just throw on your comfy clothes. You can have your fluffy socks on, and you're going to need a bolster if you have one. But if you don't have a bolster, I don't either. If you don't have a bolster like me, find a cushion that you can kind of roll up into a bolster kind of shape. So just like this, like a cylindrical shape, and that will work just fine. And you can tie it up with a little bit of ribbon, a little bit of string, so it holds that shape as well. Okay. So when we're ready, we're going to start in our tabletop. We're going to find a little bit of movement through a little bit of cat and cow. So just settle into this tabletop foundation. You might be on the fists if your wrists are feeling a little bit sore today. But just spreading the fingertips down towards the mat if that's okay for you. You might take a few moments to shift the weight from side to side, forwards and back. And literally just bringing in some gentle movement into our spine. So as we inhale, we might drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, tucking the chin down towards your chest, press the ground away, reaching out through the back of the shoulder blades. And you can keep going exactly like this, staying with this kind of familiar pattern. Breathing in deeply into the lungs as you arch, finding that stretch across the abdominals. And as you exhale, taking that curve and really seeing how much you can separate the shoulder blades here. Beautiful, and just keeping that going. Of course, if you want to find a little bit more free movement here, you might think about taking the rib cage in some circles. It's entirely your choice, so don't feel as though you have to stay with that familiar pattern, but if you do like that kind of structure, you can stay with it. That works absolutely fine as well. So we're just using this little cat and cow free movement here to, as I say, literally shake off any stresses, any worries, any tension that might be in the body here. So if you come to a stretch where you feel that kind of release there, feel free to lean into that pause there, get as much out of that stretch as you can before you then move on here. Okay, keeping the breath nice and soft, and then sending that softness throughout the body here. Okay. Let's take one more full round of breath with whatever free movement, be it cat and cow, be it some circles. And then when you're ready, let's come back to a neutral tabletop. Ground down through the left fingertips. Let's just gently sweep right arm up towards the sky. Maybe that right shoulder stacks on top of the left, maybe it doesn't. Inhale as you reach up. And as we exhale, we're going to thread right arm underneath the left, right shoulder comes down towards the mat, right ear comes down towards the mat, coming into our thread the needle, so the hips stay lifted over the knees here. And you might like to reach the left fingertips towards the very top of your mat, again rolling that left shoulder back. Or you might like to lift that left arm and wrap it around your lower spine. Beautiful. So as we move through today's practice, I really encourage you to keep the eyes closed if you can. If this practice is a little bit unfamiliar to you, feel free to open the eyes and look at the screen anytime you need to, but by closing the eyes, we can just tune in to our bodies, to our minds, really check in how we are feeling at the end of our day. Take a final breath here. Exhale. Let's inhale, send that left hand back up to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes back down, push down through the left palm to unthread the right to reach it up to the sky one final time. And then exhale, set it down. Let's come straight over to the other side. So right hand comes down and we sweep left arm up. Seeing if again you can stack left shoulder on top of the right, reaching up through the fingertips. And as we exhale again, we gently melt back down towards our mat. Thread left arm underneath the right, left shoulder down, left ear down. Beautiful. And again, you can decide where you'd like to place that right arm, either stretching the fingertips towards the top of the mat, or maybe lifting the right arm, wrapping it around your lower spine, and those fingertips of the right hand might just meet that inner hip crease on the left side here. Beautiful. Taking some gentle breaths here. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale, right arm reaches all the way back up. Exhale, set it down, push down through that right palm to unthread the left, reach it all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, left hand comes down and walk the hands a little bit further out in front. Keep those hips over the knees. And then slowly going to make our way into our puppy dog. So bring the forehead down towards the mat. Maybe the chest comes down. Getting that nice stretch across the shoulders. A little bit of opening across the heart space here. Beautiful. Keeping the eyes closed as again you bow down to your mat. Almost like an act of surrendering here. Take another nice big inhale. And as we exhale, gently melt your hips back towards your heels. Come into a little child's pose. So you might take a moment to kind of widen the knees, maybe about mat distance apart, to allow the belly to rest in between your thighs. You can keep the fingertips reaching out in front, but releasing the arms so perhaps the elbows come down towards the ground here. And again, just soften. The whole body is soft here. Notice your breath, notice how it's feeling here and now. Taking the time to gradually slow everything down. So slowing the breath down. Allow the body to slow down here. Take another full inhale in. And another full exhale out. As you inhale, just create a little bit of space, lifting the forehead ever so slightly. Then we're going to walk the hands around towards the left-hand side. So your left hand might come off the mat. Right hand might reach to the top left corner of your mat, or we might bring that right hand to kind of rest next to the left hand. Still bowing the forehead down, getting a little side body stretch here. And if you can separate every bone of the rib cage on that right hand side. As you breathe here, as the lungs inflate, we can feel into that stretch a little bit more. Take a breath. And then you can exhale. Inhale. Let's lift the chest, create a little bit of space, come back through center, and then take the hands over to the other side, over to the right hand side this time. So again, right hand comes off the mat, maybe left hand reaches to the top right corner, or it settles next to the right hand, and release the forehead back down. Keep melting your hips back towards your heels here. See if you can notice the spine kind of lengthen here. Take another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale. Lift in the chest, creating a little bit of space. Let's come back through the center. Have one final full round of breath in your child's pose. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly rolling up through the spine. We're going to come into kneeling just for a moment. Now, if you know kneeling doesn't quite work for you in your body because of any knee issues, any ankle issues, do feel free to come to cross-legged or any other comfortable seated position that suits you. We're just going to bring in some gentle movement into the head and the neck. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders soften away from those ears. And you're gently going to allow one ear to drift down towards that shoulder. So maybe right ear drifts down to the right shoulder. Slowly allow the chin to droop down towards your chest. And then inhale, coming across the other side, so left ear down towards the left shoulder. And we keep going exactly like that from side to side. Exhale as you bring the chin back down towards the chest. Inhale, over to the right. Finding little stretches here and there. Mindfully bringing some movement into the head and into the neck. You might come across these little places of tightness, and again, there's an opportunity to pause, to feel into the stretch. Or you might just be focusing on moving fluidly from one side to the other. Beautiful, and keeping it really soft. So if you are experiencing any kind of neck pain here, maybe keeping it a little bit scaled back so we're not forcing the stretch too much here, and using your breath to aid that relief. Let's go one more time, side to side, once more to the right. And exhale, coming down, inhaling over to left. Beautiful, exhale, come down, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the head up through center. As this happens, gentle movement into the shoulders. Inhale, lift the shoulders forwards and up. Exhale, back and down. 2 more this way, inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Other way now, inhale, the shoulders back and up. Exhale, forwards and down. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Okay, from here, bring the hands down to one side, swing the ankles round here so we can find the sit bones meeting our mat. And we're going to grab our bolster or our cushion, whatever it is we are using today, roll it into that kind of cylindrical shape. And then we're going to bring that pillow to come behind us. So with the legs extended out in front, bring your pillow or your bolster lengthways behind you. And it's going to come to the very base of your spine, and we're gently going to ease the body down, coming into a variation of our fish pose. So making sure the shoulder blades can comfortably meet your mat here. The back of the head can be supported here. As you arrive here, feel free to have a couple of moments to adjust should you wish. And just take a few moments here. So fish pose is always a wonderful pose to come to at the end of the day, especially if you find yourself sitting for long periods at a time at a desk, in a chair. And it's just going to gently counteract that kind of curve in the spine, getting a little bit of opening across the heart maybe. We're going to take a few gentle breaths here. And the whole body is soft. We're not working anything in particular with the legs. Unless you want to, you can come into a Supta Baddha Konasana with the knees out to the side, soles of the feet together, only if you wish. But if not, we'd really just letting the body relax into your mats. The arms might be resting down by your sides, or you might have the palms of the hands on your belly and just staying with that close connection to your breath here. And let's take 2 more slow and steady breaths. One more. And then from here, keeping your bolster, keeping your cushion where it is underneath you. Bend in the knees. You're going to use your legs to help you as you push down through the feet to gently roll the body onto your left side. So the bolster or the cushion is still underneath the left side of the body here. Have as many of these little adjustments as you need. You might make a little pillow with the hands for the head to rest on. And you can keep the knees and the ankles stacked on top of one another. Or you might like to separate the knees. You might bring the right knee slightly further out in front than the left, or vice versa, entirely your choice. Whatever feels more comfortable for you. And again, we just soften, finding another variation of a side body stretch here. But it's a real passive stretch, so the more we kind of give in, the more we let go, the more benefits we receive from this practice. And even if you're really kind of struggling to let go and to bring yourselves to this quiet and calm place, take your time. There's no need to rush. Find your breath and just follow those inhales, follow those exhales. And over time, we will be able to come to this gentle place where we can let go and where we can simply breathe and be. Take a final breath here on this side. Now, as we inhale, we're gently going to make our way back onto our back. So again, use your legs to help you gently unravel onto your backs, and then we're going to gently make our way over to the other side, so onto our right hand side. If you need to kind of adjust your pillow at any moment, feel free to do so. Make a pillow with the hands for the head to rest on. Remember, knees or ankles can be stacked, or you might bring the left knee a little bit further out in front. We take a couple of breaths here. With every breath, just see if you can soften that little bit more, letting go that little bit more. Take final 2 breaths here. One more. And then gently, we're going to roll back onto our backs, and you can stay in this kind of fish pose should you wish. Or if it's getting a little bit uncomfortable for your spine, you can take the pillow or the bolster out from underneath you, but finding this place once more where you're on your backs, connecting and sinking into your mats. And just notice how you feel now. How does the mind feel? How does the body feel? Remember, there's no judgment here. I'm not trying to change anything about ourselves here. We're just allowing ourselves a few moments to really embrace who we are and give ourselves this time to breathe and be. And you can stay here for as long as you wish. Maybe if you feel yourself slowly starting to drift off, you can move yourselves into your cozy bed and drift off into that deep sleep. So it's entirely up to you. Take your time. But here is where I'm going to leave you today. But just before I do, as always, we'll finish with our final blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. May you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. I'll see you very soon. Namaste.